because he's still got DTs and I can't see them. Same old, same old. He actually uses the graviton beam to pick up a couple of my Zealots. No real use of that in this scenario, because the DTs can't fight back. Sorry, the Zealots can't fight back anyway. Not much point. He's got his observer over here, so he can see a little bit of my base. Notices that I've got more guys coming out. Probably not much I can do here. One last valiant attack, even though I've got all of these stacked up with bringing out Zealots. Still got, I'm running out of minerals here, got plenty of gas. How's it go? He's got plenty of minerals, plenty of gas. He could fight for years, but he doesn't have to. Here's me saying tough little DTs. I can't see them. I was stupid enough not to get an observer. That is a point for me to remember. And this is pretty much it. Yes, I concede. GG, and that is the game. So that will be my second commentary. Hopefully the audio on this one will be a bit better. And this is Denifia signing out. Thank you very much. Doesn't happen again. He's also got his stalkers there sitting in wait just in case I make the same move. Oh, and another photon cannon. That's going to be quite rough. He's also using Chrono Boost on his Nexus to try and get as many probes as he possibly can. Granted, with Protoss buildings, you can't actually repair them, so that base 95 hit points is always going to stay the same, although that 750 shield will regenerate slowly over time. But I'm hoping to bring in these 4 Warp Rays and snipe it before that happens. He's still getting a couple more gateways, trying to mass his forces. His natural doesn't seem very... doesn't have too many probes working here. Over on my natural, I've got that pretty well saturated. Over here, that's very well saturated, so that's all going well. I don't have too many gateways, unfortunately not building much. I think I'm focusing too much on these guys. I'm not very good at macro/micro at the same time. So these guys are just trying to run in, do as much damage as they possibly can, taking out these one at a time as they come past. One Void Rays down to 120 health, but that's not too bad. They seem to be doing an okay job, and I really at this point don't really care what happens to these units. I just want to take down that main. And that happened, so I'm quite happy there. Even though these Void Rays are expensive, they're like 200 minerals each, so that's, including the first one that's gone down, that's now 800 minerals I've lost. In fact, we can tell over here, units lost. I've lost 1,400 minerals, which isn't that good, but I've stopped in mining quite a while. Sorry about that. The game's probably just jumped. I had to pause the game to speak to my lovely fiance. Anyway, he is now remote mining for some reason. I think he needs to fix that, because he should just get all these probes running over here, and that would help a lot. If you look at the income, my income is now almost 1,400. His is only 500. I've got a massive, massive boost here in economy. So I'm just pumping out gateways, trying to make use of this precious time that I've got. I should have actually tried to expand over here, but you know, being the unskilled player that I am, I haven't really done that. So I've got 2,000 minerals in the bank, 500 gas, and I'm not doing anything with it. It's very appalling. Whereas he only has 150 minerals, so he can't really build much. He's got a nice little army over there. Sorry, units. So I've still got my 1 Void Ray, a couple of Zealots, and a couple of Stalkers. He's got mainly Sentries, a couple of Stalkers, and a Warp Prism. He's probably going to try and sit that at the back of my base so he can warp in as many units and snipe my mineral line or something crazy like that. We're looking at the APM. His is picked up. At one stage he was running at 50 there. Mine peaks at about 70. He's just trying to get back into the game at this point. He didn't expect that, I don't think. Going over to production, I'm trying to build a carrier and a mothership, and he's just getting ground armor. So it looks pretty good in my favor at this point. I've only lost 4 units. Granted, they were 4 Void Rays, so they're very expensive. He's lost 8 units. There were probably a couple of Stalkers and a probe or 2. That's not too bad. Going to spendings, I'm spending a lot in the technology and a lot in my army. He doesn't spend too much, but he is focusing a lot more on economy. So if we look on income, now that his second town is back up, we're equal in minerals, we're equal in gas. I actually have 1 more harvester. In the mineral count, I've got almost 2,000, 1,500 still in the bank. I've set up these probably a while ago, just to defend the front of my base in case he attacks. Setting up a lot of pylons here because I was supply blocked at one stage. Trying to get all of these converted into warp gates so I can just bring in, what's that, 6, 7 units at once. Very fancy. Also trying to pump out my carriers and get my mothership cranking. So So this should be interesting. But unfortunately, the whole while he can see this because why? That's strange. The carry could actually see the observer. That's very strange. That must be a bug. I didn't think carriers could see anything. They shouldn't be able to. That is interesting. Anyway, so, oh, that's right. Here we go. He has just done a drop. DTs, dropped into the back of my base, tearing up this next, and it goes down, and just ripping to shreds all those. And here's me saying nice. I did not expect this at all. More carriers trying to come out, and they just can't. These things are dropping like crazy. They do 50 damage each, and they've been upgraded apparently. So this is ridiculous. He's shredding all of my buildings. At this point, I think, well, I need to go in. I just need to attack, need to do something. And my mothership is, strangely enough, just out of the way, doing nothing at all, while they're closely 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 Dark Templars are just ripping up my base. There's nothing I can do against this. I don't have any observers, any ground units to fight them off. I've got nothing. And now he's going for trying to take down all of these, so I can't get anything out. Luckily though, I've got 2 grand in the bank and 1500 gas. And I've got this high yield minerals coming in, so I think I should be okay. But I'm trying to attack his main base with my mothership. I don't know how effective this will be, just because it's only a mothership. And it probably won't do that much damage. You can see that this single photon cannon is actually taking down the shield quite quickly. Only got 350 shield. And these things do... where's another one? These things do 20 damage, so you know, a couple of hits. This thing doesn't actually do that much damage. Never noticed that before. I thought this would be quite heavy damage. Anyway, he's still got more DTs coming up. The minerals are well saturated. These ones are still well saturated. He's got Phoenix to try and combat my air units because he saw it with his... Oh, and I've done a Vortex to try and suck all his units in. I think he had some tools in there as well. And that's worked quite well. So now I just try and go straight for his mineral line, take out as much as I possibly can. All his units come back out, and we'll probably start attacking any second now, and this thing will just die very, very quickly. Here we go. 150, he's dead. And there goes my lovely, fantastic mothership, all dead and gone. So I'm just like, well, I need to go in. I need to attack this guy. He's got his DTs. He's cleaned up my main base. There's nothing much I can do. I'll go all in attack. I've got my carrier. He's got a few interceptors, generally, but I've got no observers, so I can't see any of these DTs shredding my guys. I'm suspecting it's just this. If we have a look, all I can see is these little shimmers of Dark Templars everywhere, just killing all my guys. All these Phoenix are just taking down my carriers. There's very little hope I've got here. While I've been attacking, I figured I better use my minerals to some advantage here. So I've started creating, what's that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 gateways. 12 gateways, and I've got high yield minerals. I've got a lot in the bank. I can actually bring out a lot of units at one time if I get the time to do so. Having a look at everyone again, his DTs are just cleaning up the rest of my remaining buildings. He probably doesn't expect that I've got anything else. No, all he can see is I've got that, and, well, did have that until he killed it. So he's probably going to try and clean up this and this. Oh, he's warped in more DTs, I didn't notice that. Clean up these two things, and then he thinks he's won the game. He's probably wondering why I haven't GG'd. But his minerals are now completely mined out. If we look at income, I'm actually still managing to hold my own income-wise. He's only really running off one base, and I'm running off the high-yield minerals. And there, over here. I've used supply block because he's ripped down all my pylons, so I just have to create a crap load of them.